the hardest working podcast in Portland, Oregon, man.
Play
No.
game.
What's up, you guys? Back again. It's Cartier Bob.
It's Cost.
It's Arthur.
And welcome to the Play No Games podcast.
Today we got a very special, phenomenal guest, a North.East.Portland legend in the building, Martae Brown.
Yes, sir. It's popping. It's popping.
You know what it is. Yeah, you know, and as we get into this, we have our first segment of the day. It's called Play No Games. It could be informative, it could be negative, positive, whatever you want to say. All you gotta say is I'm ready to play no games about this. And Robert's gonna give us our example for today.
Spot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like cause I was not ready. I had to, but then I forgot that. I'm like, I don't know if I should really be talking about this right now. All right, you know what? Fuck it. You know I'm not playing no games about.
What, Robert?
I just want this to be known. I'm married to the game. I'm married to the streets.
Okay.
Go.
But somebody has my attention, so I've been taking some things down. But before I get out of this sphere and sector, I gotta say, you know what I'm not playing no games about? Dating apps. The reason why I'm playing no games about dating apps is because this. Wait, let me finish.
No,
Back in my day when I was on them, right?
Huh.
Y'all know how
You're not on them no more?
I'm not on them.
Yeah.
I'm not. Let's make that clear. I'm not on them. So y'all know how y'all would scroll and you look at the profile and it's like 3 people and then we're like, why is you and your friend
Yeah.
like that makes no sense? And like you go to the next picture and then it's them and their mom. It's like what? Ladies, stop doing that. The dating profile is supposed to be about you. That's what I'm playing no games about. If you have a dating profile, just be
You don't want to see them being social?
No,
out and
not
about
at
with
all.
people, maybe,
Not
a
at
good
all.
family relationship. You just want them.
I just want them.
See, they don't want that, though. I've talked to girls. Girls want to see guys with their buddies doing stuff, being not just you, like, posted up on a rock or something,
I'm gonna say something. I'm retired, my jersey in the rafter, but last time I left,
I thought you was in the streets, so you use it.
Look here, I'm married to the game, and I ain't tell you, it could be the streets. Right now, it might be the streets, but it's married to something right now. But that's what I'm playing no games about.
Oh my goodness. Where you at, Cos? Where you playing no games?
Yeah, mine's a little more simple. I'm playing no games about winter. It was cold this past weekend. As someone that loves to play golf outdoors, I went and played golf. First time I had to watch out for ice out on the cart path. That was not fun. I immediately regretted spending 2 hours in the 35 degrees. So I'm playing no games about winter. I'm ready for spring. Spring's my favorite season also.
So thighs out.
They're ready to come out, yeah. Ready to bust out. The 5-inch seams are coming.
Ladies,
Just for the pod.
Where you at, Martae? What you playing no games with today?
Man, I would say playing no games about in this world right now. I ain't playing no games about my daughters.
Yeah, let them
You know
know.
what I'm saying? I got a bonus daughter that's 13 and I got a 2-year-old. So I ain't playing no games about them. And that made me think about it just because I just feel like we're living in a climate where you just gotta be extra careful with your babies. You gotta, you know what I mean? You just gotta just try to be the best protector you could be, and as a protector, for them too. I ain't playing no games about them too, because I would really hate to have to really fuck somebody up over my daughters. Like I really would. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't playing no games. like I really don't want to do that to nobody. Like I really don't. But I ain't playing no games about my young queens, man. So I say that for sure.
Did you ever see yourself being a girl dad when you were younger?
Absolutely not. I thought no. Absolutely not. I'm gonna be honest, no, because it's crazy. Because I told my wife, I was like, it's gonna be a boy. Like I was for sure I was gonna have a little Martae. Like, for a fact, like he gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna have a mini me. Go to the barbershops on Saturdays and shit. Like you know what I mean, all that. But the girls, not the girls.
So do you feel like you've been slowed down?
Absolutely. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was already, a softie. You know what I'm saying? In the heart, like I'm a big lover. Everybody know I'm just a big lover. I just got a lot of love in me. So, you know, having girls, that shit just bring all that out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter say I love you randomly. Like, Dad, I love you. Like, oh, love you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like things like that, you be like, it's so it just breaks you down, keep breaking you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what they doing. They know what they doing because they break. You know what I'm saying? But nah, for sure. But being a girl dad is super dope, man. Shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace to the GOAT, man. He really, you know, you know what I'm saying? That story about him, you know, saying he a girl dad, because obviously, you know, somebody like Kobe could have easily, you know what I'm saying, like having, you know, a young version of you. You know what I'm saying? But he had all girls.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I love that story that that one news lady told. And I was like, and I never forget, I was on the Max when I was watching it, and I was like, that's dope. And then boom, like a year later, I had my girl, and I was like, I'm a girl dad. That's the first thing I thought about. So yeah, shout out to all the girl dads for sure.
I'm so glad that you said that, because my mantra and motto is like, I can't wait to be a dad, but I can wait.
Absolutely.
And I look at my nieces and just like, because I'm a very involved uncle, and I have mostly nieces and one nephew, and like all their birthdays are in January, so like it's like the gambit. But it's like but it's good though.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm the crazy like bad boys too. Like we about to, you know, be crazy. Like that fool ain't coming. And it's just so interesting to see them like grow and just be, and like the whole like that is a part of me, like my lineage. So I always find it interesting and like hard for like parents, if they are, you know, guardians, to be like not show love. Like that's a part of you. Like that stuff baffles my mind. Like no matter, like you said, I wanted it to be a son, but you have daughters. You're like, fuck it. You're like, it's me, bro. It's me.
Yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in a household full of girls, like my two sisters and my mom, and then with my stepmom, who stayed not too far from here on you know what I'm saying, on Ainsworth and shit. Like it was all girls in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like everywhere, every household I went, besides, you know, my auntie house with my, you know, my boy cousins, just like it was 4 of them. So, you know, me coming over there, so, you know, it's lit, you know. So I'm, you know, so my cousins was the ones that was like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because we all so tight. But then again, I'm going home to all girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me your feelings.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to turn around and be in a household full of girls again. Like it just showed that the man upstairs just, you know what I mean, just want to continue to, you know what I'm saying, open my heart. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
Arthur, what are you playing no games about?
You know, I'm not playing no games with self-reflection. I think it's an important time for you as an individual just to reflect on some of the things that you're doing or done, to grow from that. I think we too busy focus on what we're going to do instead of focus on where we're at right now. And I think in life we have to stand back and look in the mirror and check ourselves and say, like, I still love you. I still love what you've been doing. I still love the fact that you're still standing on 2 feet and keeping things working. So self-reflection is what I ain't playing no games with.
That's a big one.
We got, you know, you're old. Like if you listen to our last episodes, all the things you played no games about has been like super old, and then you on the journey. You ain't telling us something. You growing from something.
What do you mean old? Like I'm physically old? Like
Yes,
man.
You talk about the weather, traffic.
100%.
This guy.
I am on. I go to bed at 10:30. What do you want me to
see? Exactly. I'm only want to do fun. Man, this. Yeah, you know, the sun's out. I'm playing no games, and then your ass.
Hey, I'm always gonna be where I am.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna be where I am.
Learning and growing.
Hey, that's what it's about. We're gonna talk a little bit about your background. I know you're a North.East.Portland native. Tap in on that and talk about your childhood. You kind of briefly tapped in with your family and aspects like that. So go ahead.
Man, N.E.P, man, it's tatted on me. North.East.Portland, man, grew up on Emerson, Kirby and Emerson. My grandparents' house right by Jeff, a block away. So I grew up right a block away from Jeff. So I always wanted to go to Jeff, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And I ended up going to Jeff 4 years or whatever, and went to Woodlawn Elementary for elementary, K through 5, and then I went to SEI Academy for 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. When SEI turned into a school for that period of time. We was the 3rd promoting class out of that school. So, you know, just to be a part of that, you know, that time
niche.
period, you know what I'm saying, in the N.E. was crucial. You know what I'm saying? Like we was really in that heart of the shit. You dig what I'm saying? So all three of my schools was in the heart of the N.E.P. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, for me, the N.E.P. is everything, and you know, I always repped it. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I went to college in 3 different states. And by the time I left those 3 states, shit, they thought they was from the N.E.P. too. They thought they was from North.East.Portland too. They like, damn, Martae, stay talking about, I think I'm from there too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling them stories, like, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm a pretty decent storyteller, so they really, like, damn, like, why I'm really picturing that? Because now you can make that same connection to your childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I always took pride in, like, hey, man, wherever I go, they gonna know I'm from the N.E.P. and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So and then I grew up, like I said, grew in a household full of girls. You know, my moms, my sisters. I had a bonus mom as well. With my sisters over there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just growing up around women, man, it just taught you a lot, taught you patience. I learned patience at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Just because of just how it go, you know, and it's a lot, you know, my mom was, you know, she was solid. You know what I'm saying? Like she, you know what I'm saying? She had 3 kids. She got 3 kids taken care of. And, you know, all our dads, you know, they was doing they, you know, some was, you know, one was in out of prison, one wasn't from here. You know, she was married to my youngest sister dad and stuff, but he wasn't from here. So once they got divorced, you know, he kind of left and all that. And my pops was kind of in and out at the time. And, you know, just doing, you know, just what it was. Responsibility for me started at 11. You know what I'm saying? Mom's was, you know, like she had to do what she had to do. So I think just I always been wise beyond my years type of thing. Like and I'm the oldest too. So it was like shit, when mom not here, like shit is in my hands. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make sure that, my sister's is good and I just try to do the best I can as a big bro, you know, that sort of thing. So, man, I, really, really, really humble beginnings, super blessed, grew up in a spiritual uh family. Church is everything. Every Sunday, it wasn't no debating, wasn't no thinking about it, none of that. Church every Sunday. And,
Flashbacks.
come on.
Flashbacks.
Come on.
Flashbacks.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what you did Saturday night, you had to go to church on Sunday, period. Like it wasn't no discussion. I better see you at church tomorrow in the morning, 11. You're like, damn. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And you see, like, you creeping in through the bag, and you know what I'm saying? You see your cousin coming in like 5 minutes after you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, so, and it's like y'all all sneaking in because last night was lit. You know what I'm saying? There was a party, in the Ville. You know what I'm saying? At the time when the Ville was the Ville, right? Like just enjoying life, just enjoying all that shit.
I take pride in growing up here because born and raised Ainsworth.
That part.
I know the things.
Yeah.
I liked growing up. I was very like adaptable. Where like I could kick it with any group. I kick it with the nerds. I kick it with the job, and just like hearing about the parties because I never went because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do Mario Kart.
Valedictorian, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Come
on now. We're gonna talk about it. Just saying.
I did a great speech. But I'm curious. Now I'm curious. You was talking about the parties. I've always I was with my group. We was like, what would it be like just to go there? What was it like just partying early high school, early middle school, and then getting up to go to church? What was that like?
Man, it was like a movie for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to think this too. Like, The Wire, you know what I'm saying? You remember the show The Wire?
Yeah.
So that shit came out that was in my middle school years. Like, in kind of me going into 6th grade, right? So you got to think we looking at shit like that, well, shit, we gonna do a North.East.Portland version of The Wire. Like, we out here. You feel me? Like, we walking everywhere. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody meeting up somewhere. We walking, we pushing into the homie crib. It might be some shit going on, shooting dice, motherfuckers outside, dogs barking, people running from dogs and shit, all types of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that was just the era of what we was in. So just going to the parties, you know what I'm saying? You really we was really dancing. Like, you had to dance with the You feel me? Like you can't just stand there. They was just like, if you wasn't dancing,
You got
they
clown
like,
on.
oh, they know it's a wrap. They off to the next. You know what I'm saying? They off to the next one. Like, all right, I'm gonna go dance with such and such then. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, like just growing up in that partying, era where it was just like we in there, you know what I'm saying? You hear a song like that motherfucking Trillville, some cut, come on. And all you just see the whole party like, oh shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you hear that shit instantly, the whole party just start, word for word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think, just enjoying those moments, you know what I'm saying? It was so fun, man, linking with the homies and just mobbing out, like just not caring about shit. You just like, if I'm with y'all, we good. Like shit, we gotta run, motherfucker.
Hey, don't be last. Don't be
last. We gotta
don't be
get
last.
on foot because the boys is coming and we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Or if we gotta or look at each other and knuckle up, like, hey, I think we might have to catch this fade with you. Whatever it was, it was just
the good old days.
it was togetherness. It was togetherness. You know what I'm saying? It was unity, it was community. And I think the real ones that really know, you know what I'm saying, especially coming out of North and Northeast, like you knew what that community felt like. You know what I'm saying? And I think that contribute to the whole partying. You know what I'm saying? Going to the party in the heart of the Northeast on the K, right across the street from Boys and Girls Club, and it's turned up and it's lit. It's girls. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Blowing, niggas blowing. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of shit just going on. So you at a young age, you just like, okay, this how we moving. That's how we doing it.
I've heard a lot about that Boys and Girls Club. Let me tell y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all.
Right across the street, though. Like, right across the street, party jumping. I mean, jumping on some house party 2 shit. You know what I'm saying? And going to Jeff, you know what I'm saying, in the high school years, back to what you were saying about just the high school years, the party, and then that was when we started we was mobbing in middle school where we probably went to a party on 100 or something. High school, now we going to the party on 162nd and start. Now we on the bus, like busting it from grandma house, catching the 72 to the 4, hopping on the Max.
You was taking all the buses.
You know what I'm saying? And you mobbing. It's like 5, 6 of y'all, and y'all, we just mobbing. Like, all right, we finna go to this function. And then after the party, y'all you trying to figure out the next move. Like, okay, which you are in and it's crazy because I feel like every friend group knew who homie house was like, we can go there. Like, mama ain't tripping or whoever, grandma ain't tripping. Like, we can go, we can always go stay the night right over there and be solid. And so I think, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it was Jordan Ewell, JB. Shout out my bro, JB. He stayed in the North. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was in the Ville in my high school years. He stayed on Buffalo first, then moved to 82nd, then moved to the Ville or whatever. But so JB's, I was always at JB's. My dog AJ Diggs was always at Diggs' crib. He was like right across the street from Portsmouth. You know what I'm saying? Quan, Quee's grandma house was right there. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Was that 40 something? I don't know why I'm going blank. 40 something, boom. So but here's the thing though. Grandma Peggy didn't let everybody stay the night, and that's a true story. So you can't just be if she didn't know you or you keep walking. You better go find the nearest homie cricket. Man, Grandma Peggy wasn't letting you come in. You know what I'm saying? So just coming up in that, beautiful.
How have you taken a lot of those memories, skills, attributes, and now giving that to your kids?
It's wild though because I feel like I'm giving it to them in a different language, in the sense of like that connection, but also this is your era in terms of like the youngins, like this is their era of their middle school, high school years. So I'm gonna give you some game and I'm gonna sprinkle my little whatever, but I'm also gonna connect with you on the level where you at. You know what I'm saying? And so I think having that balance, and you know, like mixing basically the old school with the new school type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like my era per se, or because I was born in 95. I feel like that was the last, like 95, 96-ish, a little after, maybe 97. Shit started to change when you started approaching 2000s.
Okay.
Feel me?
Okay.
Like,
No, absolutely.
so you gotta think. So my sister was born in 2000.
Big difference.
It's a big deal. I was born, even though I was born 5 years prior, the vibe and the old school teachings and the vibings was still there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 2 years old in 97. 98, you know what I'm saying? I'm 3. 99, I'm 4. Like, these is them years where, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is really molding you into what you basically.
I'm laughing because I know the fuck you're talking about. This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Like, they molding you at them ages on, hey, get your boy, come here. Right? Like that whole, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how grandma used to be. So I think, and grandparents ain't the same type of grandparents no more either.
No.
Right? We in a different era.
It's so crazy.
We just in a different era. Like if you really think about where we at now, like my mom is a GG. But my mom is like, she old school, but like she fly as hell though. So she got her own little like old school young twist to her shit.
Yeah.
More like when I feel like when I was coming up, my grandma, my dad's mom, because my mom's mom passed when I was 3, so I didn't really get a chance to really experience her like that. But my dad's mom, we was super close. My grandpa super close. Like, man, my dogs. And I feel like grandma, like, she still had it, but she was just really going to work, going to the grocery store, and coming back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was really just on some chill shit. My mom is at Clyde's and shit. You call her, she might pull up to the function like, oh, like, what type of function we talking?
Okay.
It's a little different.
You going out with mom.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might see Auntie them and Shay on some shit in a group, like 4 of them. Just nigga out here on some. That's a different.
It's a completely different.
That's a different vibe from when I was coming up. When my grandma, I knew she was stopping by Hostess on the way. Come on,
make sure you get the
shout out Hostess. Hello, I knew those was coming every day after grandma got off work.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's it was just a different little.
Cool.
No, I appreciate it's like nostalgia just hearing that, you know, RIP to my grandma, rest in peace. She didn't
to the grandparents.
She didn't
my grandma, grandpa. Oh God.
She didn't play. Like her weapon of choice for discipline was a soapy dish rag. Like she made sure she put the soap on the tip for the sting. She would like she was Indiana Jones with that shit. Yeah. Like she, you know, and like I'm once again, no diss to, you know, gotta make sure I say this. No disrespect to how people are doing the things where like I think that's that gap.
Yeah.
That gap in a lot of the things of like kids growing up. Cause we were actually just talking about it too, you know, off the pod about like, you know, just what we need for the next generation, that mentoring where like it's that big gap in that. And I don't know if it's that generational trauma, because you know our folks didn't have that, you know, at time. But you know, I'm not gonna lie. If I saw my aunties, and you know, I'm talking about my aunties on my dad's side of the family at Shake, I would be like, God damn, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So it's like I'm so glad that you brought that up, because it's like it's just like it's just like different, because like I'm expecting what you're expecting. Like I'm expecting like an OG to be like, you know, with the little pink can and the little limp, being like, you don't need to be doing that. You ain't sliding where I'm sliding. So it's so interesting to see some of my elders sliding that version. I'm like, how'd you get in? No. So no.
So you spoke a little bit about North.East.Portland. I wanted to get your perspective. It's changed a lot the last couple of years.
100%.
what's the good and what's the bad that you've seen yourself?
In the N.E.P?
Yeah.
I say the good is some motherfucking legends that done came out to town that people just don't really understand what it means to our community. You know what I'm saying? So I think just the legendary people and the legendary ones who paved the way for this shit, like, that was like, I wanted to go to Jeff because of Brandon Brooks, because of Mike Lee, Aaron Miles, and, you know, Thomas Gardner, and, you know, then, you know what I'm saying? Then as I got a little older, you know, in my high school years, I mean, not my high school years, but in my middle school years, you know, Terrence Jones, you know, he was playing with my cousin. My cousin starting point guard, Twan Hosley at the time. So, like, to me, like, those was my, like, idols. And then T. Ross had came back. T. Ross had came back from Montrose Christian. And I'm thinking, like, oh, it's up. Like, it's up for us right now. Like, Ross is back. But they denied him to play, though. He didn't even play his senior year. I don't know if people even know that. Like, Terrence Ross didn't even play his senior year.
They still won the championship.
Still won it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was ring 3 for Terrence and them.
That was 09? That 09?
Yeah, that was our last year,
10.
09. Oh, well, you know, I was the accountant for the West. I know how to play a role. No, that was ring.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know, that goes to the good and all the legendary stories, all the people who, you know, just that, you know, as soon as you hear that name, like, oh, I heard that name before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you just hear these stories and things. So just a whole bunch of legends that then came up out the town.
Yeah.
Terrell Brandon, Damon Stoudemire, you know what I'm saying? Like them TB, you know, when he put that barbershop right there in the hood, like, that was big. Like, I went to TB since I've been a youngin'. Since I was a young puppy. So, like, really going in there, seeing, you know, the culture. You know what I mean? Like, really, you know what I'm saying, what it is to really be in a barbershop. The barbershop talk, the sports, the debates. No topic was off limits in the barbershop. Motherfuckers were talking about politics, religion, everything. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Running theory. I want y'all thoughts on this. Barbers have the wildest conspiracy theories and thoughts, and you can't argue with them because they're cutting your hair. You're like, man, they be like, I believe in, you know, Elvis is alive, and you're like, okay, yeah, tell me more about that, nigga. Don't fuck that shit up. But, what do y'all think? I think that I'd argue with some barbers, but they have some wild takes on shit.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, because my barber, I mean, a lot of this shit we like agreed on, especially like conversation and shit. But like some of this shit, I'll be like, damn, I never thought of it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's smart though. So yeah, Terrence.
I think it's important to kind of have that wide perspective too when it comes to a lot of barbers. I think a lot of them get a different perspective from all the people they get to cut. So yeah, I think that a lot of that kind of conglomerates and gives you a perspective on like their own point of view. You'd be like, oh yeah, no, I ain't never heard that. Like you saying, I ain't never heard of that. Hold up, let me think about that again. Hold up. So I have to agree. They get that wide perspective for sure.
My barber talks too quiet for me to pick up anything he says. He's talking. He's like whispering to me while the buzzers are next to my ear. I can't hear him.
Is he
Shout out to Joe for that. I love Joe. He's like, yeah, I really think.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's one thing in the community that you feel is missing?
I would just say, like, we missing the give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what I love about the old school. At least this is how I was told from the OGs. Whatever game that you get, life game, whatever it is, you're supposed to pass that down. If you make it from where we from, because not all of us make it, you supposed to come back. And you gotta show the youngins in the hood that it's possible and that you can come back and get love,
Hmm.
not hate. Or at least that's come back and get love and really just pour back. I'm gonna use this as an example. Seattle, all their pros goes back and give back. Like, and I
Jamal
can damn near say
Crawford.
almost 100%. And one of them, Jamal Crawford.
Mhm.
I saw Jamal Crawford coaching. Like, this is what, in the summer? Yeah, like summer, maybe spring, somewhere in there. Coaching. Seattle Rotary. It's Jamal Crawford. He ain't got to be coaching. I could be, Jamal could be doing whatever he want to do. He's coaching, like really. Come here. And I'm watching him. I'm like, that's beautiful. This is an NBA legend. Everybody know about Jay Crawl. If you don't, you just don't know basketball. To me, one of the craziest handles the game has ever seen.
Yep.
Like, everybody try to mimic that shit after Jay Crawl, for real. Everybody wanted to do a move that he did, was like, oh, that's that Jay Crawl shit. Let me try to. Yeah, I did it. I tried. So I know. Well, you know what I'm saying? So, so it's things like that, man. Like, that give back is important. Even Isaiah Thomas too. I just seen him a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Him and my cousin went to UW together, and they real cool, real tight. And Cuddy introduced me to him ever since I met him, and every time I see him is love. And I seen him coaching his son's team, and that was just last week because I worked the Nike tournament. You know what I'm saying? So I was just, when I seen him, and gave me a hug, showed me love. And it was, and to see him out there coaching was like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Especially everything that he done been through in the last few years. He should easily be in the league right now, starting point guard anywhere on anybody's team right now. I don't care what nobody say, man. Zeke is cold. Isaiah Thomas is a real one, and I done told him that to his face. Like, I believe in you, killer. These niggas is tripping. You the truth. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like, at 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", however tall he is, like, he be like, stop it. He was about to be MVP of the league that year. Easily. He was averaging 30 a game. Like, and then, he had that hip, injury and everything, and even just seeing him now, like, just seeing shit like that, and now he's coaching. He could be bitter. He could be feeling some type of way that he's not in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be doing some whole other shit besides coaching my sons. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here teaching these youngins the game. And I'm giving back to these youngins all the game that I done got. I'm trying to give back to them. And if I'm them as a young boy, you like, this is somebody who was damn near MVP. Whose sister, whose sister passed, still played, and dropped the numbers he did. Like, just like, hold on, this is so. If this person is giving me this game, why wouldn't I listen?
Yeah.
You know, so we're missing that give back, and I feel like in the town we gotta do better.
And do you think the fact that it's Portland, it's a smaller metro area, plays a factor in that? When people make it, they're like, well, why would I go back to Portland? I can live in San Diego, in LA. I can live in Dallas, anything like that.
Yeah. The hot spots, Atlanta, and shit.
Miami.
It's a lot of us in Atlanta right now. It's a lot of people
Texas.
from the town. Texas. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I know everybody's journey take them different places. Shit, I might not be here forever. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just watching God work. I'm just following the plan that you feel me? So I think that definitely has a lot to do with it, because
Do you also feel like that's what separates Seattle basketball from Portland basketball?
absolutely. The talent has always been here. We've always had talent. Like, don't think that nigga, when we was coming, nigga, don't think you finna come up to the park and just bust, nigga. Like, no, nigga, niggas just really, hand me the rock. Excuse me. Like, really busting your ass. Like, you're not finna just come on this court and think, no. Motherfuckers is aggressive. Motherfuckers got finesse. And one thing about West Coast players is we have basketball IQ. We got a natural feel for the game.
True.
If you really watch how we play. If you look at all the West Coast guards, that came out of the town, Seattle, Cali. They got an IQ about them. To me, in my opinion, I could be biased, and then you go more down south, more athletes, a lot of athletes and shit, play a lot of sports, good and shit, speed, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. East Coast, you know what I mean, like what you getting with the East, you know what I mean. You gonna get a shifty guard, crafty guard. You know what I'm saying? Out of Lincoln High in Brooklyn or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you like so.
It's a little more physical out there.
You know what I mean? But my thing is, here's the thing though. No, hold on. See, but here's the thing though. I feel like I ain't never caught a foul because the older dudes, wasn't having that shit. You couldn't call fouls. You get into the rack getting smacked in your shit. You gonna say foul? They're gonna chill like the fuck. You gotta get your ass up. So I came up in that era of basketball though. So I'm a real street ball player, 100%.
So I don't get to tell this story that often.
Here we go. Here we go.
But I'm a street ball legend myself.
Stop the cap.
Play
the sound.
Hey, so it was grad night, right? And we were hooping, and you know who had to guard Terrence Jones? This guy. Now, things were happening, but my motto is whoever I guard, man, woman, baby, child, no points. I'm playing great defense. I was matched up against T. Jones. Played great defense. The stopper was born that night. From that on.
How many times you foul him?
You talking about like NBA fouls now or like what he was talking about fouls?
It's just this sounds like a LeVar argument right now.
First and foremost, T. Jones said, "Great defense, Rob."
Okay.
He's like, I respected that. And from there, the stopper was born.
The stopper.
I ate people to lunch, bento. That was me.
Bento.
So, exactly.
I actually like that name.
That's hilarious.
So I don't get to say they're haters. They're haters. They're all haters. But yeah, I'm the stopper. Know that. Respect it. But I'm curious when it comes to athletics, because we're here. You talked about all the gambit and things. The 5 greatest athletes out of our city, because I'm biased. They're biased. I'm curious. Who do you think are the
athletes?
5? Athletes.
That's crazy. So mine's gonna be a mix-up.
All right.
Of eras.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna go, and some of these is based off stories and film that I've watched with the older guys I'm gonna mention. TB, Terrell
Brandon.
Damon Stoudemire.
That was a cold era of basketball.
And low key, like my cousin Antoine Stoudemire, aka Majestic, was a baller. And was the first one to have John Thompson in my auntie Reba's living room at the time.
From Georgetown, John Thompson?
Georgetown. Mm-hmm. In auntie living room. The pictures in the living room still to this day in the newspaper article, right? So I can't, you know what I'm saying? I got to show love to my big cousin. Then I'm going to go Terrence Jones. He dominated. Like,
it wasn't even fair.
If you really look up his numbers, he dominated. Pure point blank. Terrence Jones dominated. McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand Classic, all that shit. And he put up numbers in both those games. You can go look at the footage, all that shit. Because I watched it. And I ate at McDonald's for free that day because he made the McDonald's shit. That's good. So we all mopped in the McDonald's by Lloyd Center, the one by Lloyd.
Yeah.
And I had McDonald's for free, cuz like McFlurries. And I'm up there ordering a 60-piece McNugget. We had the whole McDonald's. It was rented out for us.
Oh, wow.
We had all you can eat McDonald's, cuz I ain't never seen nothing like that.
That's
it was
crazy.
The best time of my life that day. Unlimited McDonald's.
Wow.
As a freshman in high school, like what?
Oh yeah, you was going in.
I'm in. Let me get 3 McFlurries to go
for no reason.
No reason. They already had 2. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna say Terrence, and then my 5th one Gotta say Terrence Ross.
Mm.
I gotta say Terrence Ross.
Which is crazy because he didn't really play in Portland very long.
Come on.
He really
It's
did.
crazy. But Terrence Ross is nice.
Still in the league.
He's like, it's like his 12th year in the league or something like that.
Still in the league in Orlando.
And I went to that game too when the Blazers played Orlando this last time. Cuzzo ended up giving me a ticket. Him and Nas is real close. My Cuddy Tyrus and Nasir Little. So he's like, Cuzzo, I got this, extra ticket. Pulled up to the game. And I seen, Ross and all that. And I was just thinking to myself, when I was watching, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, like, see Ross just be like in the cut, he be chilling. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? He'll get you a little, quiet 15. Low key can get you 30 if he really, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a microwave out there, dude. Just all of a sudden he'll have 25 out of nowhere.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
crazy.
it's like also on a team right now with a lot of good young talent.
Yeah. He's a good mentor.
Pablo and you know what I mean? All them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the one rookie who down there they said might get rookie of the year. I forgot his name, but him, he's a scorer. I forgot his name now, but
Paulo, yeah.
Paulo Banchero.
Oh, who?
Paulo
Banchero.
There we go.
No, the other one.
Who?
They have another rookie on Orlando?
The white boy. I hate
Wagner.
Wagner's not a rookie.
Franz Wagner.
He's not a rookie.
I think it's his sophomore year, isn't it? Yeah.
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
Because he has. Oh well, there's two Wagners. I know. I think
you're talking about Mo's the older one.
Mo's the other
Franz
one. Fred. I got it. He may be right. Franz may be a new rookie. Franz,
Yeah.
No. He's
Whatever
second
rookie,
year.
I think it's second year.
His second year.
Whatever rookie that's on there, he had
Franz is a
30.
baller.
He had 30. I looked up like, oh, I got 30. I was like, oh damn, he got like 30 and like 8 and like something else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, like so yeah, that's my 5.
All right.
Since we go ahead.
You made a comment there I found really hilarious. You said, "Yeah, I hate to say it, this white guy balling." What is your reaction to the Josh Giddeys of the world, to the Chet Holmgrams of the world? The white man balling here. I'd love to get an opinion.
There you go.
I thought that was hilarious.
I know. It was because I forgot Cuddy name, so I was I'm like, damn, I might have to say like the white boy on the team. Like it's like, damn, like I gotta say, you know what I mean? Like he deserves his name to be said. And I'm like, damn, I feel bad. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, like when it comes to listen, when it comes to the white boy hoopers, I done play with some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even just you know what I'm saying, even you just look at like obviously the classic movie White Man White Man Can't Jump, right? Classic movie though with Wesley in there. So I love listen, I love Luka.
Oh yeah.
He's out here collecting souls. It's okay. It's okay.
Luka the truth.
Yeah. Eastern Europe representing. He's Slovakian. I'm Romanian. Luka's number 1, baby.
Luka's a dog. Oh. Yeah. I think he's gonna win MVP too.
I think Jokic is gonna win it again.
I
think it's gonna be a 3-peat.
Yeah.
I think Jokic is, if we're talking about most valuable, he actually makes everyone better at basketball. That's wrong. Look at Aaron Gordon. How good Aaron Gordon's playing right now.
Aaron Gordon is.
I think Jokic is
triple.
I hate to see repeat guys, and I think he's gonna win it again.
I agree with that.
Damn.
I hate it. I hate seeing dudes winning like 4 times in a row, 3 times in a row.
It gets
Three
old,
piece. Oh, D.
3 in a row is crazy.
Yeah, like has anybody ever did that?
I don't think so.
I mean,
MJ?
Jordan was an
Back to
MVP
back.
how many times in the league?
A lot. 6.
5, 6.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
But since we in the sports, right? Let's talk about your sports career. Football legend, dominated Jefferson High School.
I was all right.
After that, what happened? You took some journeys. You went places, and you put on for your city. Talk about your college experience when it came to sports.
Yeah. So Jeff, high school, played receivers. By the time senior year came around, new coach came, Aaron Gibson came, and brought that spread offense to Jeff, introduced kind of like that, that feel, because that's where the game was really headed. You know what I mean? During that time, it was like, that spread was really where it's at. You just try to maximize your athletes, right? And just, have your athletes go get it. You know what I mean? So, played receiver senior year, and, did my thing and first team all city or whatever. And then I went JUCO route. You know what I mean? So I went to Arizona 2 years.
What makes, because didn't you play DN?
Yeah. In college, I did.
How you go from wide receiver to DN?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, wait. It's one. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I think just my game probably, my Coach Gazzetto, my JUCO coach who came in, like, he must have seen something in me that I didn't see. Because I remember that day that he asked, well, I didn't think he was asking me. He was like, hey, yo, we need somebody to play DN. I said, well, let's go find him.
I would have been the same thing. Yeah,
I was dead ass serious. I was like, well, what's up? You want me to call the homie? Like, what's up, girl? Like, what's happening?
Know somebody on Ainsworth. He quickity quick.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then they looking at, and then him and Coach Fluger start cracking up. I'm like, what's funny? Like, he asked me about this. They're like, nah, Martae, we want you to. I said, Coach, come on, bro. Like, what you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, he said, look, I'll never forget this shit. I was in his office too. He said, look, when you go to defense at the start of practice, if you don't like it, you come back to O. I said, all right. Fair. Like, if I ain't fucking with the D, like, I'm back to offense, tight end, yada, yada. I never went back. I never went back after that day. That's a true story.
Wow.
That moment changed my life. That moment changed my life. That shit's crazy to me. Like, when I really, like, see, a lot of people really don't know my story when it comes to, like, my sports career. Like, so, but, like, that was literally a turning point. Like, that moment of sitting in my Coach Gazzetto office and him saying that turned me into a pro. True story. Turned me into a pro and went to the IFL. So, but JUCO, before I get into that, JUCO, 2 years, Phoenix College. And then I went to Mayville State, North Dakota.
Sheesh.
So, I went from Arizona to North Dakota. That shit's crazy. That shit's wild. When I think about it, too.
How'd that, because I went from Portland to Kentucky. So with that experience, like, how do you really talk about that polar opposite and how it, like, helped mold you? Because I know you learned a lot from that experience. You interacted with a different type of people. Like, how did that help mold you into being who you are in that foundation?
So peep this. It's crazy you said this. Y'all not ready for me. I'm trying to tell you. You feel me? I'm gonna break it down, like, because, like, they gotta really know the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I was at Mayville, when I went to Mayville State, that was the same year that Kaepernick took his knee. So this is 2016.
Oh, man.
Okay, so walk with me. You know what I'm saying? These are crucial moments. You know, the shit that you asking, there's crucial moments for everything. That's why, like, it's funny because everything's kind of aligning. But I felt something. I'll never forget. I'm watching everything on Kaepernick. What's going on? And I went to sleep and woke up and just felt like this. I felt like MLK, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, Angela Davis, Fred Hampton, and all these people was in my dreams or something, was like, hey, we finna pass this baton to you, young boy. Like, I felt like that. Because I went to Miss Dina, our multicultural club director or whatever. And I said, Miss Dina, look, I'm feeling some type of way. And I want to do something about it. And she said, okay, tell me more type shit. Miss Dina's from Honduras. Feel me? So she's giving me a different perspective. I said, I think I want to take a knee type shit. Like, and she said, oh, she said, okay, like you could tell, like, okay, shit finna get real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna tell you some real shit. So she just broke it down and she said, I've been a part of many marches, Martae, and what you're getting ready to do, just be prepared for everything. She wasn't lying. After that day, took a stand. I didn't take a knee, but I raised my fist. And I told my teammates at practice what I was on. And I said, you can either rock with me or not. Like, that simple. Like, some showed up, some didn't. Well, that started the conversation. And that shit just, now I'm sitting here meeting with the president of my school, of my college now. Now I'm in here with the athletic director. But they on bullshit, though. They on bullshit.
This is in North Dakota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like, and I never forget, my teammate told me, I didn't hear, but my teammate told me Chris Pope, out of Cali, from Cali, played DB. He said, man, somebody told me to go back to where I came from, Martae. I said, what? He said, yeah, somebody during the anthem when we, because now at this point, there's more of my teammates raising their fists now. Right? So now motherfuckers at the game like, right? I guess that transpired. He told me after the game. Next thing you know, I got a meeting. Miss Dina and all them, we threw up and we all talking. And low key now they trying to have me dummy it down. Can you guys lock arms? Right? Like now y'all trying to dumb me down to protest to try to fit your image or whatever you trying to do. Because guess what? Now the boosters involved. The boosters said we ain't doing that no more money until y'all figure some shit out. Because now we ain't going for all that. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like, so shit start getting real with that money. You start, you know what I'm saying? You start playing with that money. It's like, oh, hold on.
Yep. That's where it hit first.
And I told my teammates, man, 85% of this team in here is from the inner city. Y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't feeling this shit either? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers really getting ran down and shot down. And I know we're going to get into that. But, you know what I'm saying? Philando Castile out of Minneapolis in front of his kid and his girl. We seen that on tape. Walter Scott, Eric Gardner, Jameer Rice, Sandra Bland. She got an incredible documentary that I watched like a year or two ago. That Sandra Bland, and it really broke down the real story. Like shit like that. And we just seeing that shit we just seeing that shit hit the news. You just like, damn. And now somebody like Kaepernick got the courage. Somebody with power. Somebody that has an influence. Somebody that could change something, in which he did.
I find it very interesting the story that you said that I feel like is really interesting for us to kind of like delve in and talk about is we talk about the sense of like unity and how that's very important. And you know, all jokes aside, you know, you took 5 purple herbs, purple herbs, you went to the astral plane, you talked to our people, and something inside you was like, I want to take a stand. What was it like having that disconnect with other people who look like you said, from the inner city? Because that is, I can only imagine how that felt, where you're like, I'm doing this for us, when you had other people black and brown folks, they're like, nah, I don't see the benefits or reason with that. I'm just curious, how did you deal with that when you decided to take a stand?
I think like, I didn't judge. I just told you what I'm on. So it's like, you feel me? Like, y'all know what type of, like, come on now. We all come from the same shit. Your uncle got killed just like my uncle got killed before. You know what I'm saying? Your cousin bang, my cousin bang. We just in 2 different cities. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't change shit. So it's like, when it comes to the people and when it comes to what was, what continues to go on and what was happening at that time so frequently, it's like motherfuckers start thinking like, Martae might have a point though. Motherfuckers start thinking. At least they start to give it a thought. Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? So then you slowly start seeing them. Kind of like a come to Jesus moment. In a sense, like, hold on, man. You know what? I'm finna raise my fist too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what you put out is gonna come back to you. And I think that's what happened. Because they knew it was coming out of love. They knew it was coming from a real one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be real. Like, when it comes to that type of shit, like, I'm 10 toes down. I'm a front liner. Period. Like, and that's just what it is. Proof is in the pudding. I was out there all them 100 days, all that in the town. I marched everywhere around this motherfucker. I was down to K. I did a march on my birthday, August 1st. I did a march on my birthday. It was man, Brother Love told me it was the We Gonna Be All Right protest. We started at King, ended up at Peninsula. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it was over 10,000 people. I didn't even know that. I got the video on my phone, like, and I'll show y'all. But like, it's crazy. Like, when I look at it, like, that's crazy. Yeah, frontliner. So this ain't no talk shit. Like, I'm really out here. So, and it's like you see that I'm really out here because you like, damn, he really raising this fist. Yeah. Tommy Smith and John Carlos at the Olympics with it type shit. Like, make you feel that shit. Type of time I'm on.
So with all this built up aspiration, because to me it's aspiration of change, aspiration of wanting to see something different in people, not only around you, because I feel like a lot of times people protest for not what they want, but for change. And I think it's not only with our community, but it's with everything. And I think people get it misconstrued on like, we want to change in this. It's like, no, we want to change everything. Like, it's not just protesting for police violence. It's not protesting because someone got killed. It's like, nah, man, we trying to change everything. All of this is in left field. So how do you take that fuel and that passion and that motivation and say, like, I'm a stay 10 toes grounded with this concept and this idea? Like, where does that come from?
I think just coming from where I came from. Like, I come from strong people. You know what I'm saying? Like, my great grandfather was a World War II vet. George Kelly, aka Big Daddy. So we called him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, real militant. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandparents, my grandpa, he was the one who really taught me how to talk to people. He sold cars. So you can only imagine what the hell I mean, it's a lot to talk about, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, there is. Yeah, them cars, they be know how to sell them.
You dig what I'm saying? So, and you know what I'm saying? And, his ability to connect with people and all of that, I have a dose of all the ones, all my OGs. And that shit just, it's a lot of solidness. You know what I'm saying? Same thing on my mom's side. You know, my grandma Bonita was a soldier. Papa was a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was in the military too. My papa also, you know, he had his, you know, military background. And so, you know, all of those, the morals, the values, everything that's been passed on from whoever the founding patriarchs and matriarchs of your family, that's a part of who you are. That's that strength. That's that within. That's that Black Panther type shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's you. You dig what I'm saying? So if you come from strong people, that's 10 toes. That's all you know is 10 toes. If that's what you come from.
And at this time, you know, I definitely think it would be appropriate for us, you know, obviously, because as even though we like have a guest and this, you know, we just talk about stuff. We're a social and cultural podcast. We talk about
Absolutely.
things that are out there, and y'all know how we butchering names, but Tyree Nichols, right? I just want to make sure I said that correctly. You know, he recently lost his life, and the reason why I kind of asked you that one question about you seeing, you know, people who look like you look at you sideways or disagree with you, right? And we have this same situation happen again, but we have black officers. And I'll just say, you know, I haven't seen the video. I personally don't want to see the video because as a black health professional, like that's like traumatizing. Like me hearing people and their reaction to it is just enough to be like, why do I want to see something that looks like me be assaulted in that type of way and manner? And I feel like a lot of conversations that we have about the situation is always reactionary, even though we're in this system and things like that. Yak, 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 yak. I'm I'm more or less curious just to hear from everyone, cost everyone. Like policing is literally a way of life. It doesn't matter if those officers were black, doesn't matter if they were white, or actually it doesn't matter if they're white, because they just charged that other person. It's just like it's just a way of life. Policing is never meant to police. We just had another guest on here who's a security guard, and he talked about de-escalation. He talked about those things, and I guess I kind of want to ask all of you, what is being missed in this conversation, because it keeps happening again. It doesn't have to be black op, because whoever dons the officer's uniform, it keeps happening. So I guess the better question is, what is needed to be added for things to like change? And I'm talking about from our dinner tables, because clearly we have you as an example. We have you as example. We have you example. When we all as community get together, shit happens. Everyone's everywhere with this. So I guess I'm curious, what is being missed in this conversation that's not been talked about or had that we have to start doing so we can get sustainable changes, so we all can just live our lives?
We missing humanity. People lack humanity. You know what I'm saying? And that trickles down, and you know, and then that creates layers of bullshit. So if you don't have no humanity, then you just out here on some not really caring. Like you think your way is the best way. You got money, you got power, you got connections, you got all this shit. You got everything, right? So I can control this shit, right? We got too many of them motherfuckers. I just want, I want to control shit. I want this shit to move how I want it to move. Well, it ain't about you. It's about the people. It's about the betterment of humans. So we can all, because my thing is this, if we all really knew the secret to life, and I know the secret, and it's love. Love is the secret to this life. You just think about all the things that people had love in their heart. We wouldn't have It's much bullshit. We wouldn't have motherfuckers running in schools, killing kids and teachers and shit. We wouldn't have that because people will have love in their heart and they will feel like they're loved somewhere by somebody or by something. You dig what I'm saying? People be missing that. So they go harm other people or they go do other shit or whatever the case may be. So that's really the secret to this shit. Humanity and love. And I'm always stand by that. And kindness. You don't know what nobody going through. You dig what I'm saying? You don't know what it can mean for you saying hi to that individual or commenting on their outfit or saying, hey man, I like, you feel me? You look fly today.
I'm trying to be
The
like
kids
Mm.
told me at the school, they was like, Mr. Martae, you got the drip. And I was like looking down like, you goddamn right. Fuck it, today I do, damn it. Like they was really like, you got the drip. You know what I'm saying? I went to Jack's. I went back to the hood, got me some chicken. Cause I spoke at St. Andrews today. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I pulled up on them. I talked to the boys and men group over there, and you know what I'm saying, and I, chopped it up with them. And then I went to Jack's right across the street, you know what I'm saying? And the Jack ladies was like, hey, they was like, your fit is hard. I was like, appreciate you, Queen. Like, you feel me? I was like, is it cool? They like, that's fly. Like, that's bringing me back to the 90s. I said, okay, it's approved. And I was getting that approval from my wife too this morning. I kept just like, I said, am I cool though? I just kept asking because I ain't never went with the overall look. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the GOATs, the Urkel and Will, the Fresh Prince, Boys to Men, and all the shit, whatever. But I know we gonna off top. But just saying, you know what I mean? Like that's you know. But yeah, that's the key to me.
Oh, my bad. Were you about to say something?
You can
To me, I feel like we live in a society that craves power. Power is going to be the demise to all of us, and across humanity. I think when you seek power, you seek enemies, and like you were saying with love, you don't see enemies. You see brothership. You see friends. You see companions. You see network. You see opportunity. But I think this motivation to have power and to control and all those things, those are all negative attributes that put you in a place of like higher standard. And I feel like that's where a lot of these officers can stand. When you put a uniform on, you have a sense of quote unquote responsibility. But I think in their head in terms means I can control a situation. I can tell people what to do. And that power role now becomes my sense of I want to control everything. And I think um tap into like no offense, but like I love Lord of the Rings. When you have that ring, is that sense of power and the control, and I want to. This is mine, and you become addicted to this objective or this thing, and that feeling, right? And I think we've gotten to that point where even on social media, right? When you look at your likes and your subscribers and all that, we get addicted to that. We got to get more. It's a craving. It's that sense of power and control. And now I can control what people are seeing and what people are watching, and I don't know. That's kind of where I've taken it. Staying so like less control and more openness, more love. Lead with love and opportunity and togetherness and community. We all come from different aspects in this world. We all come from different perspectives in this world. I can't tell you what you should do. That's on you to do. Because my perspective is one way. And I feel like when we push agendas and perspectives, you're trying to control that aspect of what someone else should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. So
specifically on the police thing, I'd like to say education, I think plays a huge factor. And kind of go background wise. So at PCU, I minored in criminology.
Okay.
I was like, why not? It's fun. And my favorite professor was actually part of that course. Former chief of police of Hillsborough, Professor Louis. Before being chief of police, Louis was also a hostage situation, whatever, negotiator
Okay,
down in San Francisco, and he himself said there's just not enough training that goes into these police academies. He's had to, in many situations, fire officers for misusing their power, for being in situations where they are not, protecting people. They're not abiding by the law. So that was a big thing I got from him, And then you talked a little bit about de-escalating. He was really good at de-escalating. He had an example once. Actually, he brought me up in front of class. He dropped the coin. He's like talking. He drops a coin. I go to pick it up. Puts his hand on my back. Says, "Boom." Just like that, I de-escalated like the situation, like without even me realizing that that's what he was doing. He got power over me just by as I go to reach, because he's like, "Oh, can you pick that up?" I pick it up, puts his hand on my back, say, "Boom," just like that. So it's stuff like that. I think there's not enough education in police academies, in the way we're bringing these officers up, and I think we're seeing the end results. If you're poorly educated in, I don't know, pick a career field, I don't know, selling cars. You're not going to sell a lot of cars. And then what's the outcome of that? You're going to have to find a different job. Yeah. If you're poorly educated in handling a firearm, handling a heated exchange, unfortunately, the most bad outcome out of that could be, someone losing their life. So that's kind of, I think as well with power and love, I think education plays a huge factor.
This guy, I will say this. I have, because my brother knew we were going to talk about this, and, because I didn't want to have like the same old song and dance, like, what should we doing? Outrage, but like, what can we do? Because I feel like this keeps happening, and like, he kind of like gave some like tangible facts that are happening, not elsewhere, but the United States, that's actually been working. And it's so funny that you brought up San Francisco, because that's what I actually have to talk about, what's going on in San Francisco and Denver. But here's about like my running theory that I've always thought about this. When we dream, right, and we don't fulfill those dreams, I feel like people are like, all right, I want to succeed in this society, so I'm going to get me a job that's going to give me a lot of money. And then what happens? They get a lot of money, they start doing that, and and then they get the girls, and then at the end of it, they're like, oh, I want a family, right? They get all this money, blow all that money, and they're like, man, fuck, I really wanted something simple. I feel like my running like theory with a lot of this stuff is like, these people who get these jobs were either bullied, didn't have no power, and then they get into these situations being like, oh, I'm top G, I'm top chef, I'm about to exact power and control, because I never had that, because we vicariously lived throughout our dreams. We're like, oh, I want to go to the league. All right. If I can't get to the league, I'm gonna do a version of coaching or this, like that. And I feel like the same thing happens where like we have to get back to what they say, if you're a doctor, I'm gonna do no harm. That's why if we're talking about war, right, we're not gonna kill the doctors, because our duty is to help almost everyone. And I also akin that to what I do, right? It's almost kind of like I have a duty to help all people, even the racist motherfuckers. Where I'm like, I may not be the person for you, but I'm gonna try to seek to understand. And I just find it deranged where I'll just say this, there's a lot of situations where like people, and we talked about like OG-ness, right? And that was like, why can't people just do their jobs? The job is protecting and serving, right? You can be off work. Like, it doesn't have to get this far. And I think that's like the crazy thing that I've always thought, that it's literally those people that can't have that in their life, so they're gonna do something where I can exert this. And we don't have the right people who are just policing just the police, or being a doctor to be a doctor, or being a lawyer to be a lawyer, because that's what we promised to do in the community. If I said, I'm going to make you this food, I'm going to make you that food with all good consciousness, even if I'm upset.
Yeah, man. That policing, man, they also gotta be relatable, in the sense of like, man, get to know the community that you driving around or you always in. Like,
True.
Get to know the people. Go eat with the people. Go chop it up. Go to a game. You know what I mean? And go support or whatever. Like, just can you imagine that? Because that means if you pull me over and I got a tail light out, hopefully you're gonna think twice about killing me. Because you know me.
Mm-hmm.
You know my family. You've been around me. You watched me grow up. You know I'm a good person. You know I'm a good dude. Hey, Martae, man, you gotta get that headlight fixed. It's good seeing you. Everything good? Drive safe. Right? Like, just imagine if you just had that connection. Like, all right, appreciate you, Officer Johnson, or whoever. Like, appreciate you. Like, and then you thinking like, damn, they could have gave me a ticket. They could have really whatever. So now you like, damn, I ain't gonna try to put myself in that situation to where I had to force, that officer's hand, to take me to jail or whatever the case may be, right? Just because of the connection, because of the relationship.
Like what he just said is so gold. You can get almost a person to do almost anything you want. It's just how you say it. It's about how you end it. Like I can be, and it's just that people don't understand rapport building. That relationship is so important because that's how we're human. Bringing it back to what you said, we're all human. And what I want to bring to y'all, because I'm curious what y'all think, because y'all already know where I stand with a lot of this stuff, but I'm just curious because this is actual tangible work that's been done in 2002 in our states. So, there we go. So this task force, this will happen in San Francisco and Denver. So scaling up non-policing alternatives could stop much of this violence. Since 2022, San Francisco and Denver have built and grown programs that now remove police from substantial percentages of mental health calls citywide by sending clinicians instead of police, and almost none of them call for backup. And what do you call it? So San Francisco Street Crisis Response Team. So 58% of all mental health related calls versus 97 of all of the responses called did not need police officers. That was in San Francisco. And then in Denver, 48% of wellness checks and trespassing unwanted person calls flagged by dispatchers were 100% not resolved by police officers, but by clinicians. Do y'all think that is an effective use of our money by having clinicians that are trained in de-escalation to go to these non-violent situations? How do you guys feel about that? Because let's keep it a buck. A lot of our money, because they've talked about a lot of policing, right? A lot of the money for training and stuff like that. Where's it go? Where's it go? So I'm just curious. Do y'all think that's the next wave for us to be doing?
I'll start. I seen this when I was in college. When I was in Eugene. Whitebird, I think it's called.
Whitebird, yeah.
So Whitebird used to go pick up a lot of the homeless, a lot of the people that were sprung out, a lot of those critical calls, and it not only changed the environment, but you knew when Whitebird pulled up the situation, you knew, and a lot of times it was to give someone a jacket, have a conversation, but they got so busy that police started interacting with a lot of those crises, and now those crises become more vigilant, they become more violent, they become more aggressive in those situations. And so I highly think we should go down this avenue, because a lot of the times somebody might just need somebody to talk to in that moment, and for you to take out your anger in today. And I love my mom to death, but my mom worked in corrections for 25 years. The how she came home working in corrections was a lot of her anger and aggression and emotion, dealing with upset people because they coming into jail, and she didn't have nobody to take it out on. Who she took it out on? Us. And I love my mom to death, no worries. But you that profession, that line of work, when it comes to interacting with people, it can be a lot of times, especially when you're dealing with people who don't like you because of what you wearing, don't fuck with police. I ain't fuck with police all my life, man. Fuck you. I ain't. Now that emotions rile you up just because you wearing that uniform, and so now that interaction, you carry that emotion. So I think being able to have those situations to be de-escalated with alternatives, and police only needed if now aggressive force is taken. Okay, yeah, let's call somebody so we can handle this situation. But absolutely.
I agree. Got to do something different. Because clearly this shit ain't working. So it's time to go back to the drawing board. And I feel like it'd be a good aspect to the world, to this country, to the people. It'll change something, the feeling towards whatever it is. If somebody put like Arthur said, like somebody pull up and all you need to do is talk. You stressed out. Your kids is tripping. Baby daddy, baby mama, they tripping. And now you about to damn near shoot somebody right now. Because all that built up anger and aggression. You know what I'm saying? So you just having somebody to talk to in that moment. Somebody maybe to hug you.
And
Somebody, you know what I mean? Somebody just to say, come here. Like, and just embrace you. And now you, with the gun in your hand, crying, just, right? Like, some people probably, think about how many people probably really needed that. Or, yeah, I know for a fact, probably just needed that moment. Like, hold on, everything gonna be okay. Type of thing.
And I hate to use this as a segue into something else that you do, because you ain't gotta say the school. So we'll say that. You ain't gotta say the school. But I don't know if this has been talked, because you're an educator, you're a hood educator. So how are you brokeraging these conversations in the school? How do you talk to young youth? Because they're seeing this. I'm pretty sure there's some youth that have watched this video. And if I had kids, my nieces, I wouldn't let them watch this. I would tell them about it, but I wouldn't let them watch the video. How do you have that nurturing ear to answer that question to your little ones?
One thing about me is I'm gonna keep it all the way a band though. So the reality is the reality of this shit. So let's figure out the best way to navigate it in a way where the heart's still pure, if that makes sense. Even though it's a lot of fucked up shit going on, the world be whatever, you still have that purity about you. And that's something that I be hopefully getting across to the youngest. Like, it's a lot gonna go on around you. People gonna die. People gonna do drugs. People gonna be in and out of jail that you love and care about. But it doesn't mean that that's it. It doesn't mean that that's not life. That don't mean that life is over for you. That don't mean that you can't be great. That don't mean that you can't go reach new heights, right? So, but pertaining to the video, like that's like I shouldn't have watched it. I watched it. I shouldn't have watched it. I shouldn't have watched it. I'm tired of watching that shit. That shit broke me. It just it's like it breaks my heart in half in the sense of like you just be I'm thinking about the family. I'm thinking about the son. He said he had his, they say he had a son and all this. It's just you just thinking about all the layers and all the effects. You know what I'm saying, of just
That's
this
the
human
biggest part.
being right
My
here.
bad.
You good, but you know what I'm saying, just this human being right here. Like so, like that's just the piece where like you'd be like, damn. We really just watched a man go from life to death, almost. I mean, he died 3 days later, but damn near died already, kind of inside. He was on time. He was already gone. I just got beat to death, basically for no reason, by people who look like me. So it don't matter who it is. It's a system that's corrupt. Give a fuck who the police officers is. Give a fuck if it's an avatar. Like it don't matter. Period. Like the system's the system and it's fucked up. So
And I think that when it comes to that protest piece, sorry, I'm gonna let you go here in a second. I think when it comes to that protest piece, that's the message. Like that is the message. It don't matter if it's black or white, brown, blue, green, purple, yellow. It don't matter. It's a system that needs to be changed because anybody that's getting fed into that system is doing the same result over and over and over again. That don't mean that it's the person. I mean, aspects of that individual, of course, become accountable, but it's you have to look at the system. You got to look at the factory that's producing whatever it's producing. You got to look at it, and if you ain't looking at the factory, you're gonna keep getting bad eggs. You're gonna keep getting, bad chickens, whatever case you want to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is, so you're dealing with kids day by day. What? How do you feel about the future generation? Are they picking up on this?
Yeah, yeah. I think they bright, they intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Super alert, super smart, outspoken like a motherfucker. That's for damn sure.
Well,
Outspoken. You know what I'm saying? And I think that technology really got a lot to do with it
Oh yeah.
in terms of just how how it is, how it's set up. So
Did they put you on their B reel?
yeah, they be trying.
Yeah.
Mr. Martae, come hop on this TikTok. Like, bro, I'm not in your TikTok. I don't want to be on. I'm on. No, I'm off that. But you know what I'm saying. But just keeping that. I just try to keep that joy in them. You know what I mean? Keep that joy in them.
so some of these latest, TikTok challenges where they be trying y'all teachers.
Don't you do that shit with me?
Wait,
I'm gonna tell you. Don't do no TikTok shit on me.
I'm curious. If what you can say, what was a point when a student tried you and you had to let them know that I'm not the one?
Yeah, nah, yeah. All the time sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? They get to playing too much. You know what I'm saying? And and they start talking a little crazy. And then they be like, hold on, tighten up. Like, who you talking to? Right? Like I just I just pressed the kid and what? Martae. What? It's Mr. Martae to you. You don't call him by we not peers.
There you go.
You're
Yeah,
11. You're 12. When you say my name, you say Mr. Martae. You put some respect on it. I earned that. And I be
Yeah.
telling the kids, you put some respect on it because it's important for you to respect a young black man that's an educator. And I don't want you to think that you could just you ain't calling nobody else that. So give me that same respect.
I'm about to see if you remember this, from one Jeffersonian to the next, Then was I say,
You know,
do you remember Mr. Johnson?
Mr. J-
I know why you laughing. Why you laughing?
I know. I'm just saying, I remember that name.
So Mr. Johnson was a no nonsense, did take no shit English teacher. Like he made a kid who didn't know how to read out loud. To be like, I'm trying to make sure that
Damn.
you are learning. Now, was I an asshole with the rest of the class and laugh? Of course. I'm a horrible person.
Of course.
But Mr. Johnson was on some Coach Carter shit. Like, bro, you gotta know how to read, bro. So I guess my question to you, I'm curious, how do you connect with your students that are struggling? How do you connect? Because we've seen the accolades. Well, I've read the accolades. What's the secret what's secret sauce in your teaching where you connect to those youth who are struggling?
I be giving similar stories to the things that they've been through or going through. Cause I tell them like, I ain't gonna lie, there ain't shit that you ain't gonna go through that I ain't been through. Besides maybe like my parents passing away. I can't, that's something I ain't have at that age. Both my parents was a lot, right? Stuff like that where it's like, it's different. You know what I mean? Like and stuff. So, but even then, just talking about loss, talking about how that affects you, talking about how that changes you.
Yeah.
Like all those type of things, right? Just, so I think just connecting with them and just being at their level, like just eating at the table with them. You know what I'm saying? I bring my chips, you bring your chips.
So you be beating on the tables like old days, hitting
Nah.
that beat. You be like, we gonna get a 1-2 on the freestyle? Come on.
And, you know, if need be. You know what I'm saying? But we be having music playing in the cafeteria too, so it be slaps playing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then when we have inside recess, even outside too, but even when we have inside recess, we be slapping in there, cutting. We, you know what I'm saying? We keeping the culture alive. We ain't playing that shit. Like, we gonna play that gangster shit mixed with that old school shit, mixed with that R&B shit. And we gonna put you young bulls on this grown folk shit. You dig? You know what I'm saying? You might mess around and come to the gym and hear Jodeci.
No.
Like, oh, what's going on? Like, okay, it's lit in here. Okay, Jodeci playing, like, you know what I'm saying? You might come in and Smokey Robinson is playing. You know what I'm saying? You might come in and, you know, some Aaliyah's playing. You know what I'm saying? Lil Baby, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Snoop, Dre. That old Snoop and Dre. You dig what I'm saying?
Wait. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
There was a comment I made on another previous podcast. I got a lot of heat for.
No,
So-
you're cool.
No, I'm just.
He likes old. He likes old.
I said Snoop isn't what he used to be,
Exactly.
and I got a lot of hate for it. And I was like, "Tell me where I'm wrong."
Yeah. Nah, I understand what you said. Yeah, I mean, of course he's not probably in his prime.
Yeah.
Clearly. But Snoop still making some shit though. I done heard some shit. I was like, okay, Snoop.
Interesting. Okay.
In my opinion. But Snoop is in my top 5 of all time though. Like, Snoop is.
So, I think this would be the perfect thing to close us out for tonight, and it goes on what I've been told about you, what I've looked in about you, what we've conversed is you talk about legacy. It's all over social media. It's all over the articles you review about your legacy. What is legacy talk, and what does that truly mean for you to reach and sustain a legacy?
I ain't gonna be here forever. And I know that. His life is short. I seen that. And been like this, chopping it up, cracking it up, talking about life, and then you gone. And then you gone. And then you pass a month later. So I know how valuable time, love, and people is. Because that shit can end at any moment. And I want my legacy to be love and humanity, kindness, realness, laughter. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what I'm going to put out. You know, faith, spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing without God, and that's just what it is. Always been like that. God first in everything I do. All praise to the Most High at all times. So that's just how I get down. So, you know, that's my legacy right there. You know, my kids, you know, they gonna carry it, you know. So
If there's one thing that you want not only the people to know, but the kids to know about Martae, like, this is who I am. What you got to say?
well, I'm man, solid as they come.
So, translation: I am him. I'm Himothy, one of one.
Listen, I just told a kid today, do you know what I'm thinking about changing my name to? And he said, what? I said, Himothy Brown. That's my last name. And she said, Himothy. I said, yeah, because I'm him. And my coworker started cracking up. He started cracking up. He was like, I love it when you say that. You know what I'm saying? So, but
That's hilarious.
at the end of the day, the kids know, they know how I get down. They parents and they family know how I get down. And they know that anytime you see me, anytime you've been around me, it's always been nothing but love. And I just can't stress that enough. And that goes so far. And that's why I've been able to get to this pinnacle to where I am right now. You know, like graduating in May is finna be like, I know I'm gonna probably be emotional. I can't even tell you last time I cried. I done been through a lot of shit. I'm 10 toes, you know, and that toxic shit growing up and hiding feelings and shit, that shit fucked me up. So I'm learning to undo some of that shit. So I gotta feel my shit. I gotta feel that emotion. You know what I'm saying? I gotta celebrate the small victories. I gotta celebrate the big victories. I even gotta celebrate the losses. Like, damn. And it's not even about a loss or about losing something. It's about a lesson. You learned something in that loss or whatever however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, like, when you mention my name 40, 50 years from now, hopefully, like, you put me as one of the legends in the town. Shit, in the world, depending on how you want to put it. So that's the type of time I'm on. I want motherfuckers to be like, hey, that Martae, like, that spirit is unmatched. Like, but it's gonna be in everybody who I touched in terms of energy and connection. It's gonna be in every last one of them when I'm long and gone. And I know that because that's what happened to me. But all the people that's gone, that's not here no more, all that shit didn't get in me. I feel it. Like I said, I'm spiritual. I feel it though. So Instagram name one of God's messengers. That's not, I mean, I feel like I might be one of them. I might be one of the messengers because I really be like listening to God. You know what I'm saying? I really be trying to spread this message and be a vessel in the kingdom. You dig what I'm saying? Like with this love. So that's just the type of time I'm on, and I know it's contagious. So I'm gonna keep spreading it. So that's gonna be the legacy.
Wow. Wow in a good way. The comments be wild. I will say this. People, I want to make it wild in a good way. Make sure I say that. I want to say thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Blessed, honored to be on here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful platform.
We
True
try.
story.
I'll tell your friends. We're cool.
Yeah,
But no,
true story.
seriously, man. Like, I'll just say this short, quick, in and out. Really appreciate you saying that last bit because we talk about this all the time. Men be able to show that emotion, and let's just say, I felt that, and I'm sending you away with good energy, and I just want to say you're gonna do that, man. I believe in that, and this is why this is the greatest. I keep saying it 'cause we believe this is the greatest podcast in this area. You know,
Portland, Oregon's finest.
exactly. You know, I've seen some other numbers, some other
Slash hill.
places. Here, we get real shit, stuff that is really gonna help you grow from the inside out. Would you?
You want to go first?
Thank you for watching. Thank you for hopping on. Really appreciated you coming on, sharing your experiences, sharing your stories. It was truly a pleasure. Hope to have you back on.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know, it's always love on this side. You already know what it is from day one. And it's again, there's a reason why I asked you to be on here, man. your presence alone is big enough. Your mindset your mindset changes the world, and you know, I already know that path that you talking about is already wide open, and you just taking the steps going there. So you know, it's been amazing hearing you on here, listening to what you have to say. It's always a blessing. I know every time we touch, it's good conversation. It's always motivating, and it's uplifting. And so I'm happy to be able to share that to the world and let them know what we do on here. And you've blessed it. So, you know, again, much love, my brother.
Keep
You already
fucking
know
up
what
my
it
shit.
is. You already know what it is from me.
Yes, sir. You already know.
So yeah, let the people know where they can find you, how they can tap in with you.
Man, you got me on Facebook. I sound old.
Time out.
Dude, find me on my butt.
Facebook.
Nah, my Instagram is one of God's messengers, man. Tap in. Man, my page ain't nothing but love. You know, showcasing, you know, my journey, how far I done came, you know, from college all the way up until now. So, you know, go ahead and come follow me. Come tap in, man, to that realness. You know, we feed souls. That positivity, man. We uplift people on my page. You ain't gonna find all that messy shit. I ain't with none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? So come tap in with your boy, man. One of God's messengers. Yes, sir. And shout out to the N.E.P once again, man. Real North.East.Portland natives holding this shit down, man. For real. Shout out to the North too. Y'all holding it down. And to the numbers, damn it. The numbers is holding it down too. Damn it. We out here though, man. The whole Portland, man. Rip City, Rose City, man. Real talk. We out here. Let's keep pushing, keep moving.
Man, you almost made me like the Trailblazers again. Damn.
Shut
He almost made me like the Trailblazers again.
Wow. One day you will. One day you'll be a fan again.
I think.
We don't need to get into that.
Thank y'all for watching. This has been another episode of Play No Games podcast, and we out. Peace.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.